Before we move on, let's talk about program documentation. As discussed in the first lecture, documenting a program is important because in addition to computer, other people may also read your program. Even in this course, when your programs are submitted for grading, whoever is grading your program needs to understand how your program works. Even if it doesn't work, we will be able to help you in identifying the problems. Documentation would help program maintenance in case if the program needs to be changed in the future. Program documentation is provided in the form of comments. Typically, comments are used to describe the following aspects of a program: what the program does and requires. For example, the input and output specification, what the variables represent. The use of meaningful names here would also help. What care should the program be taking when using a variable or a method? For example, the range of valid inputs and the type of parameters expected by a method. A brief description of the logical flow of the program. Some information about the author and the code itself so that people can track you down if others find problem with the code. These are three general ways to put comments in your code so that the computer would not treat it as part of the program statements. A line comment is one line of sentence preceded by two forward slashes. Everything written on the line beyond the double slash will be treated as comments. A line comment is usually placed on top or on the right-hand side of a programming statement. For example, these are some comments found in the example that we have seen earlier in the definition of car. A paragraph comment is enclosed between slash asterisk and asterisk slash in one or multiple lines. Everything between delimiters would be treated as comments. It's usually used when a detailed description is required to explain a number of programming statements. For example, the following comments will be provided for the course grade program. JavaDoc is a useful tool for generating documentation automatically from Java programs. JavaDoc comments are written between the two delimiters, slash double asterisk. Notice that there are two asterisks here, and asterisk slash. The comments can occupy multiple lines, and everything between the two delimiters will be treated as comments. JavaDoc also provides some useful descriptive text. Two most useful ones are included here. The add param, it begins with the add sign for describing parameters used in a method or constructor. And add return is used for describing the returned value of a method. The resulting document is in HTML format that could be displayed as web pages. In the new class example, the sections of comments in blue color would be extracted by JavaDoc. These are descriptive texts for the method defined here. A description is given for the parameter y and the value returned by the program. We can view JavaDoc from BlueJ by selecting project documentation from the pull-down menu under Tools. A web page will pop up in your default browser with the JavaDoc for the selected class. In general, JavaDoc begins with a general description of the method and a summary of the constructors and methods, which will be followed by a detailed description of the constructors and method. For example, you can see here a detailed description for the method sample method, including descriptions for the parameter y as well as the value returned by the method. Then you can also get a preview of the JavaDoc from the BlueJ editor by selecting documentation under the pull-down menu. The JavaDoc for the class open in the editor will be displayed. The Java doc format is considered the industry standard for documenting Java classes. You will find that all popular Java libraries are very well documented. For example, here is the Java doc for the math library. Here is a detailed description of the square root method. You should make a habit to write well-documented program. We expect all programs submitted for grading in this course to be well documented.